Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm a light worker. This is my second video and I'm going to do a video for reading for the week for light workers and for anybody who happens to run across this video. The way this works is because we actually are all one, and if you look at anything with collective unconscious, unity consciousness, if I'm reading some cards, if I get a message and I present that message and you run across that message, that is not an accident. That's my belief anyway. So what we're going to do, firstly I'm going to just show you. I have a little bit of white sage leaf here. You can also use purple sage, or whatever herb you particularly resonate to. So I just lit this little tiny leaf, and you can see it provides a lot of smoke. So the idea is that this smoke cleanses your space, cleanses your aura. I do it for myself all the time. Also, as I'm doing a reading, I like to zip up my energy to make sure it doesn't bleed into the reading, so I can stay objective and the information comes through me. Okay, so secondly, I went ahead and chose a guide for this reading. And I choose the guide based on, from the book from the deck, the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. And this is by Kyle Gray. The artist is artwork by Lily Moses. Beautiful cards. This is the card that I chose today. Let's see if I can get this so it doesn't. Okay, I have to turn off this dang light. Okay, now you can see her sort of. Mary Magdalene. There's still a reflection off there. Anyway, so Mary Magdalene, and I don't know if you can see, but we've got roses here again. The rose is very closely linked to Mary Magdalene. We also have Hyacinth here, white hyacinth. She's dressed in white. At her neck, you may not be able to see it, but she has a pendant that has the Vesica Pisces on it. So that is a sacred symbol that is used in Christianity a lot, but it is not a Christian symbol. It's much older than that. At any rate, it's kind of the infinity symbol because it's two circles interlinked. I'm trying to do it. I can't do it. Two circles interlinked. That wasn't very effective. Anyway, so this card, Mary Magdalene, her energy is very gentle, very peaceful. She is lost my light. She is of course, the divine feminine energy. She was equal to Christ in my mind. Some may disagree with that. And she was also a teacher, like Christ. So the card, on the card, it says Teacher Awakens, and you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So that is a message not only for this week. I am feeling this is something that we all need to be aware of. We're all here for purpose, and we have gifts and wisdom to share. Wisdom that comes through us. I try to stay humble that way. The information that I'm providing you is coming through me. I don't like to get confused between what is this great wisdom and what is just me. You know, so I like to stay humble with that. Another thing that I want to say before I get started is a message that's come through to me very recently, over the weekend. Today's Sunday, June 30th, 2019. Your service is already successful and will only increase in potency, power, and peace. So that's kind of the theme that we're looking for, we're stretching for. This is going to be there, and I'm going to try to do another video on this. The energies, there's a lot of good ones out there, don't get me wrong. On the in July we have quite a few eclipses. We have lunar eclipses and a solar eclipse. So that is very powerful energy, and it might feel a bit like a wild ride, particularly the moon. So that's our emotions, that's our deeper side, that's also our intuition. So the emotions are going to be running high this next month, which is like, oh, it's a Tuesday. But particularly high, and breathe. Okay, that's what I just did now. That's something that we all need to do this month. Not that it's going to be bad. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I just think that the emotions are definitely going to be engaged, and that's good, because our hearts need to expand, and our hearts need to, and for some people their hearts need to awaken. So, okay, so I'm going to use this. This is what I used last time, which is the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck by Ravynne, Phelan. And I'm just gonna pull a few cards just to see what our messages might be coming in for us this month. What is a good guidance for July, please? There we go. Guidance for July for anyone watching this video. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? I think this one didn't want to go back in the deck. Okay. That's too many. One more, please. One more card. Guidance for July. Okay, I keep getting a bang heck a lot. Bang heck a lot. It's a new word, I just made it up. There we go. Okay. So the first card that we've got here is the 10 of water. She's basically this version of tarot. She's replaced the water, the elements, with the suits. So instead of having wands, we have fire. Instead of having cups, we have water. Instead of having swords, we have air. And instead of pentacles, we have earth. Okay, so okay, few things, one thing at a time. We have goddess energy. Goddess energy this month. Interesting way, I was just talking about the eclipse. We've got a symbol right here, the goddess symbol. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Kind of can see it. It's the moon, and then the waxing and the waning moon. That's what she's holding in her hand. She's holding that in her hand, and at the same time she is looking to the sea. You know what? It's almost like this is the moon. Okay, let's turn this off for a second. Okay, so this is the moon in a feminine human form, and she is playing with the tides. Here's the ocean. We've got a tortoise, turtle rather, and then she's holding here in her hand this goddess symbol. Some people think of the moon as a goddess. Certainly it was considered that in native cultures, primitive cultures. And they had a lot of things right in primitive cultures. Don't get me wrong when I say that. Also, we've got a third eye, but the third eye is being guided by our heart chakras. So that's really good. So in other words, there's a connection between our heart chakra and our third eye. So our third eye being our intuition, our ability to see, foresee, our ability to foresee. And those things are guided by the moon. My business name that I chose was Moongate, because I believe that the moon is extremely powerful in our lives, whether you believe in us, whether you look at it astrologically or just physically. Obviously, that the moon is very important in our lives. Okay, but this connection, I see this connection between our heart chakra, what we feel, what we sense, with our third eye, what we see, the clarity, and that's important to keep. Why I use the sage, to keep clear, and even if you don't believe in the sage, consider the power of ritual. Okay, I personally believe that ritual is something that is missing in our society. It's missing in modern day. We don't encourage it unless it's a religious, it's associated with religion. And there's a lot of people who are not religious, myself included. That doesn't mean that we're godless or without spirituality. My spirituality is extremely important to me, and I'm sure to many others. So at any rate, what I'm saying is that the power of what we feel and what we see, and when I say see, I mean what would be considered intuitive visions, and when these two are in harmony, watch out. I mean, when your third eye and your heart chakra are aligned, you can't really make a wrong decision, because they're in tune, and your vision is being led by your heart, which is what we need to do. That's what's being asked of us. Okay. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Now, this is, I think we got this card last month. The black and white? No, it was a different card, but it was also a black and white image. So this is an air. This is the Two of Air, which would be the Two of Swords. Okay, and the Rider-Waite. He is an angel, and he's an angel of light, and he is an angel of darkness. The dark always serves the light. It's a expression that I've heard from several teachers. It's a concept that I struggle with, and I'm sure other people struggle with. I believe it. I feel the truth in it, but I still struggle with the idea of it. So he is of both, as we all are. We're both of dark and light. That definitely came up in the reading I gave, my first video. But he's got a different vision, and This also has to do with the law. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because there's the law, the scales here. The scales. I don't know if you can see that. It's very subtle. He's holding them. He also has these beads of light running down from his throat to his heart chakra area. Okay. So, what do these two guys have in common? We have the moon, and the heart, and our third eye chakras being aligned. Being aligned in both the dark and the light. I personally don't see the dark as being something necessarily bad. And when I say that, I am aware that there is things that are bad in the world, very bad. Dark spots on a planetary scale. Some of the things that I've seen during light work, when I've done light work with others, I don't do this by myself, with others, is dark spots on the planet. And those dark spots are now where we're pouring light in. Light is being poured in by the many beings that are here to help us and help the planet, help Gaia. I've gone off on a tangent there. Anyway, so the moon and the tides, the emotions that we're going to be feeling and going through this month, and it will be dark and light, so there will be things that you might think of as less positive, and then some things that are quite positive. So we'll focus on the positive, because they have a way of integrating, and it's not always easy to see that, but when you have some distance, some objectivity, when you're able to take a step back or look at the whatever the experience is from a higher perspective or from the long perspective. Lastly, we have the King of Earth, which would be the King of Pentacles in the Rider Waite. So he looks like a green man. He's got the stag underneath him. I don't know if you could have seen that there. We also have ivy leaves. And we have all the beautiful green symbols actually here. We've got acorns, we've got leaves, we've got branches, we have the stag, the horns. It's a presence that I think is a part of us, whether you be male or female. There's a part of us that is our center. There's a reason why they call it grounding. It's not called grounding for, just, it's called grounding because we ground into the earth. Because we are part of the earth. Some of us wander around, a lot of us wander around and feel no connection whatsoever with the earth. They don't realize it's there, though. It is there. Because people just don't think about it. Hopefully the people that have tuned into this do think about it. That's one of the reasons why we are awakening, why we're feeling this call to, because of the urgency of the planet, and it's all working out the way that it's meant to, and it is all Gaia is doing what she needs to do in order to take care of herself, and we are all trying to come along for the ride, because it is ultimately a ride. Don't know if that, let's see if I can get some clarity on these cards. Something a little, maybe I'll pull from the good old Rider-Waite, see what we've got. Let's have some clarity on, oh, why does it want to keep giving me a billion cards? We cannot use all these cards. Okay, we got something here. Page of Swords. And he is going right on our Angel of Dark and Light, that card. Okay, and then we've got him. Okay, I'll show you what I pulled here. I've got the Page of Swords. Oh, look, I can hold it right there and it stays. Okay, I've also got the Seven of Swords. And then I'll show you those two in a minute. But just the swords, okay? So again, that's air, which we had in our last reading, I believe. It's air, the energy of air, birds, that we talked about looking at things from a higher perspective, and the birds are able to do that. Not all birds go that high. I think we talked about that last time. Anyway, Page of Swords, which is a youthful energy. It is the energy of the page is in training to be a knight. So we have people that are training. And when I say we have people, I also consider myself in training. I've been doing this a long time. But what is happening right now is new to a lot of us. It was unexpected in the way that things have unfolded and are continuing to unfold. So, keeping in mind that we have Mary Magdalene looking over this reading, and her message is Teacher Awakens. And I have this card that is Page of Swords. We have people that, you may not feel like you have information that is helpful to people. You may feel like, oh, well, I just, whatever. I'm a spiritual person, but I don't really feel like I have anything to share with other people, or I don't have any particular gifts. We talked about that last time, recognizing our gifts. But you do, and there's people that need you. There are already people that need you. This is why I'm doing this video. Because it's not my idea of fun to do a video, honestly. I don't even like to do selfies. The idea that I'm doing a video is bizarre to me. And that may be how you feel as well. And you might be making videos next week or something else. You might start giving lectures, or you may sign up for classes because you feel like you want that little extra edge of, information, education before you put yourself out there. But it's happening, it's coming. And this month, July, you're going to start to feel it. You're going to start to feel this message. And maybe you do writing. Maybe you write. Maybe you are a songwriter. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe you're an artist. It doesn't mean that you have to do videos, of course. You have gifts that you need to start sharing. you have information that you need to start passing on. And that doesn't mean that you have to be, what do you call it? It's like authoritarian about it. It's just like, hey, here it is. You know, if this can help you, here it is. If this can reach you, if this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, no worries, move on. And that is how we all have to look at our work. So like what I'm doing right now, whoever sees it, hopefully it resonates. If it doesn't, then just move on. You know, we don't have to have a confrontation over it. We can if you really need that, but we don't have to. And it's the same with, you know, if you, whatever your talents are, whatever you feel driven to do, it may be you want to open a restaurant. It may be, you know, what it can, it's not about what it is. It's about the part of you that is needing to be expressed. And that is part of what is going to be revealed this month. What message is it that you need to share with the world? For whatever your portion of the world. You know, I'm not saying we're going to all become famous or anything. Whatever little corner of the world is yours. Yeah, I think that's good. I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope this resonated for you. I hope this, I'm sure there's like tons of things I'll think of later, but maybe I'll do another video. At any rate, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in to a weird unknown name, however you found me. And hope you have a great week. We have some really exciting stuff coming up. So stay centered, stay grounded, and remember to breathe. Probably remember to breathe should be number one. Okay. Remember to breathe, stay grounded, stay. Anyway, all right. Thank you.